So, back for the final episode with this bulky Mega Venusaur team. So we had quite an interesting episode yesterday. Some quite unfortunate events in one of the games, but also quite a clutch Pokemon in one of them as well. But we'll have to move on from that and move on to the final matches with this team. Not sure how strong it is overall, or how strong it will be for VGT18, but the core was pretty good in 2015, at least with a Suicune and a Thundurus over Tapu Fini and Zapdos, so it's pretty much the same, like same typings and stuff, but I'm gonna find Japanese guy. Has it been like only Japanese guys? I feel like it has, but we're gonna have Politoed and Swampert, okay. So what did I do last time? I think I went Tapu Fini and Zapdos, and the fact that he doesn't have Ludicolo makes Tapu Fini an even better lead, I think. But the problem here is, like, with this team, what do I do against Ferrothorn in Rain? Because I don't really want to bring HEATRAN, do I? So I think Venusaur would still be good. Although he has got his Tapu Lele. Then that should mean that I should bring my Scrafty. No, because then that doesn't really make sense against Tapu Lele either. But, well, one of these things would help me a bit against the Ferrothorn. So I've got Super Power on Landorus, my Jump Kick on Scrafty, and Heat Wave on HEATRAN. But do I bring HEATRAN? I think I might actually bring HEATRAN, even though he's got Rain. I've got 3 other things that will be able to deal with it, and it does really well against Tapu Lele, it does pretty well against Zapdos, it does pretty well against Nihilego, so yeah, it may seem a bit weird bringing HEATRAN against potential Rain, but I think it would be necessary for Ferrothorn, and an Inferno Overdrive would definitely take out Ferrothorn even in Rain, so I think it would survive a Heat Wave though, but we will see. Hopefully we're going to get the Rain over and done with. Well, we're going to get half of it. So this isn't too bad, because I should get my Terrain here. He could taunt my Zapdos to stop a Tailwind, but I do threaten that Politoed immediately. But yeah, we are going to see the Tapu Lele is the fastest thing here, followed by the Tapu Fini, so his Politoed isn't going to be a Scarf one, which is good to know. But we should be seeing a Drizzle right now, yep. So, I think I do Calm Mind. It's just whether do I just immediately Thunderbolt the Politoed? Because if the Politoed disappears and then the Swampert as well, then HEATRAN would have a very nice time. But I think I will Tailwind, because the worst he can do is, like, I guess he could Encore or Taunt my Zapdos, but I'm going to try and Tailwind. I think that will be useful for the potential Swampert in the future, although by the time he gets Swampert in, it's likely that the Tailwind's expired, but it should be fine. Now, my Zapdos is looking pretty good with the Misty Seed. Would even be able to take a Shattered Psyche. I think maybe even in the Psychic Terrain, so we'll see. I should be able to get my Calm Mind up here. The worst you can do is Encore or Taunt with the respective Pokemon, but I think I should be able to get my Calm Mind and I should be able to get my Tailwind here. But we'll see. I'm already liking my position. He's really taking his time. Maybe he's realised that his lead was a little bit suboptimal, but no potential taunts coming out from the Tapu Lele here, so this is fine. He's switching both of his Pokemon, so I'm getting my... and it is Swampert, okay. So I'm getting my Calm Mind here and my Tailwind, so this is pretty good. I'm not threatening that Ferrothorn too much, but again, I think my focus should be take out the Swampert, and my HEATRAN will be really, really good. But do I take a Power Whip here? I didn't bring any Intimidate, so it's a little bit... I can't switch out my Zapdos and survive the Power Whip here, because I'm pretty sure a Power Whip would take me out. But I will Muddy Water here. With Zapdos, do I want to sacrifice the Special Defense boost? Because I'm only against 2 special attackers, and getting in Venusaur here could be really useful. So I either hidden Power Ice something, or Thunderbolt the Ferrothorn. But I don't need to attack the Ferrothorn because I'm going to leave it in because he could go for something like an Ice Punch into my Tapu Fini, and I don't want Venus to take him out without the Mega Evolution. So I'm going to go for Hidden Power into the Swampert here. He should see a Mega Evolution straight away, and that should put him faster than my Fini, but not my Zapdos. I'm pretty sure that would be the case, but we'll see. Rain Boost and Muddy Water will do a lot, so he is attacking with both, so as long as I connect with Muddy Waters, that's the main thing you say with Finis. Yeah, so the speed tiers worked out pretty much as I expected. That still does a lot of damage, so please connect. Nice, okay, so this might even knock out the Swampert in the rain at +1. Okay, I'm underestimating Fini, or overestimating Fini a lot, but yeah, so accuracy with the Power Whip. I don't know if it's in my favour yet, but I get double accuracy drop, and it's just Leech Seed, so not Power Whip. That's fine. That's absolutely fine. Venusaur would have definitely been the switch in there, but I will take that turn, absolutely. But yeah, here I think I will switch out Zapdos now into Venusaur. Do I go for Moonblast? I think I'll go for Moonblast because it is a bit safer. I've got the accuracy drop on Ferrothorn as well. But yeah, I will go for a Moonblast here into the Swampert. And actually, no, because like my Fini undersped is Swampert. I was going to say I could get the switch into Heatran here, but I will switch into Venusaur. He gets rid of the Leech Seed on my Zapdos. You haven't seen if he's got Rock Slide or Ice Punch or whatever his coverage move is on Swampert, because they're almost all, like, they should at least have Waterfall and Earthquake. And Protect, but this gives me the free switch into Venusaur here, which is nice. Could have gone for Muddy Water to hit the Ferrothorn, but that's fine. He does connect through the accuracy drops as well, but not enough, which is nice. So it is a shame I didn't switch into Heatran there. Because my Heatran... Actually, no, my Heatran probably doesn't outspeed the Swampert either. But it's got one more turn of Tailwind here. An Earthquake probably knocks out my Tapu Fini. I would strongly expect it to. But the Swampert should go down here, unless he switches out. And then he would need to switch into his Tapu Lele for it to be useful. But I will go for a Muddy Water here. I think my Fini outspeeds my Venusaur, actually. But, yeah, I will Mega Evolve, and I will Giga Drain the Swampert as well, because that's the main focus. If I get rid of the Swampert, then Heatran will be really good. And he does stay in, so I should be guaranteed to take out this Swampert right now, which is really good. Unless he, like, Ice Punch freezes me, or Rock Slide flinches me, so it's not, I guess it's not safe to say guaranteed, but, yeah, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. This is almost certainly an Earthquake now. I would expect Tapu Fini to go down here. I could have switched into Zapdos to make use of this, because it was a pretty obvious Earthquake, but now the, yeah, it is enough. But now I'll just recover a bit with my Venusaur. My Heatran is a lot safer. So I think I'm in a good position. How many more turns of Rain? It should be one more turn of Rain. So I think I'll go into my Zapdos first. Well, actually, no, we've got a bit of an awkward position now, actually, don't we? Because if he sends in his Tapu Lele, then if I send in my Zapdos, then it's a 50-50 which one he attacks. So I could either protect Tailwind, or I could attack Tailwind as he attacks my Zapdos. I'm going to go with Zapdos, though, because I need one more turn of Rain. Well, one less turn of Rain, but this is fine. It is one more turn of Rain, right? So you will get his Rain back when he switches in his Politoed. So he should just be attacking with both things here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to Tailwind, and I'm going to switch out into Heatran. Because, this is kind of going for the 50-50 reads that he's going to Psychic into the Venusaur, but this is also safer if he attacks the Zapdos. Because then Venusaur doesn't need a Gyro Ball, because it would be a Gyro Ball going into the Venusaur. And Heatran can take Psychic if he does go into the Venusaur. And then next turn, this also gives me the Protect back on my Venusaur. So say I protected and Tailwinded with the Zapdos, then any Psychic into the Zapdos, that means I'd have to go for a double Protect with my Venusaur. This gives me the option to protect and fire him into the Tapu Lele. So, I think this is the overall correct play. But just protect. That's fine. I'm absolutely fine with that. That worked out pretty well. Because now I get my Tailwind, and I can threaten that Ferrothorn now. He's going to go for Leech Seed into the Zapdos, so actually I make it through that turn, which is nice. Kind of needs to switch into his Politoed this time though, but I do need to start making use of the Tailwind. He has just protected, so I'm going to double into the Tapu Lele here. But it's just, do I go for... Actually no, Substitute is way better. Yeah, Substitute's way better. But yeah, like, I'm liking my position. I would have preferred Zapdos to be knocked out there, because then I would have been able to Sludge Bomb his Lele. But, okay, that's going into Politoed. That's fine, because that's eating the Thunderbolt. And then this is making Heatran really, really safe. That's absolutely fine. Because I get my Substitute, I get the Thunderbolt onto Politoed, putting it in Giga Drain range. So this is a very, very nice position, and no potential Super Berry there either, which is absolutely perfect. So that turn went really, really well. Zapdos is also going to get KO'd, which is what I would want. So that's really nice. I'm really liking my position right now, because I've still got both Venusaur and Heatran at relatively high HP. Heatran is behind the Substitute, and I am threatening that Politoed with the KO with the Giga Drain, so this is really nice. I could go for Sludge Bomb, predicting a Lele switch, but I think that this should be fine. I don't want to waste my Fire Emblem yet, do I? He has just protected his... It's got two no, he's got... Oh! I didn't notice that the rain didn't end. So apparently that's a Damp Rock Politoed. So do I use my Fire Emblem now? Or do I save it for Lele? No, I think... Because he has just protected with his Ferrothorn. This, even in the rain, this would still do a lot otherwise, but yeah, I'm going to Fire him into the Ferrothorn. He could very easily switch out to Tapu Lele, but no, this is fine. This should still be a KO on the Ferrothorn even through the rain. So this is really nice because I'll get to keep my Substitute for sure with my Heatran. I would have kept it anyway, but this way I don't take a Gyro Ball on Venusaur either. So this is really nice. This is definitely going to KO. And I'd be incredibly surprised if it didn't. Unless it's Ochre. Only Ochre or Focus Sash could save him, or Focus Band, but you know. You don't really say Focus Band when you're factoring in can they live. Although that means in Showdown with Mr. Talent, that was like the best bit of commentary ever when he said that the Muck was Focus Band. That was so good. But there we go. Really liking my position. I got one more turn of Tailwind. He is going to protect his Tapu Lele. I can't punish that at all. But how many turns of Psychic Terrain do we have left? Because if I stall out the Psychic Terrain with Venusaur, then I can even take a Psychic. I'm pretty sure. So this went pretty well. Bringing Heatran against Rain was the correct decision because we did take out the Swampert fairly early, and then getting the Thunderbolt off onto the Politoed actually worked out really well because it kept the Heatran very safe. But this is the last turn of Tailwind, isn't it? Last turn of Rain as well. 2 turns of Psychic Terrain. So this is good because I can go for a Sludge Bomb and an Earth Power. And if he doesn't protect, I win. If he does protect, I can protect my Venusaur to stall out the last turn of Psychic Terrain, which means I would live and get a Sludge Bomb onto him. But he is just going to attack, so we should end this game right now. That's more than I expected, to be fair, from the Earth Power. So probably not a bulky Lele at all, which means this Sludge Bomb is definitely going to knock me out. So, not bad, not bad. So, worked out pretty well. I'm content with my Heatran choice. I was a bit skeptical at the beginning, but Heatran against Rain seems to be the play. But we got one more. We got one more. Unless I leave it here, like I should learn my lesson and just leave it as one match per episode, if the match went pretty well. But I mean, we've got a pretty good record with this team. It's what, 7-2 at the moment, and then potentially 8-2 or 7-3, and either one is a pretty good record. Considering most of these teams, I don't want to say throw together, but like I have theoried quite a lot of teams, so I haven't put like as much thought into the ones I would take tournaments. But like, as maybe the Groundium should be on Landorus, maybe like leftovers on the Heatran, maybe Overheat should be on a Firium Heatran set, because then you get a 20 base power stronger Inferno Overdrive. But I'm gonna have Rain again, but this time I don't think I want to bring Heatran. So this is an interesting version of Rain, because Seismitoad gets Swift Swim, so it's going to be interesting to see Seismitoad as the Swift Swimmer. It's got his Toxicroak as well, which would have Dry Skin. Got Jellicent for the Trick Room mode as well. So this will be interesting. So now if I take out the Tapu Lele, Venusaur will win. Unless he's like Brave Bird on Crobat. So I haven't seen Crobat for ages. I think I will just go with Tapu Fini and Zapdos again. I do want Venusaur. But I don't think I want Heatran this time. But it is going to be between Scrafty and Landorus, because my focus should be take out Tapu Lele for Venusaur. But then do I want Landorus here? Because it is threatened by a lot of water types. But it is slightly better against Tapu Lele than Scrafty is. Scrafty helps a bit against the Jellicent, but I've got Venusaur and Zapdos. I can't really fake out, like, I can fake out if I get my Misty Terrain, but I feel awkward bringing Landorus. I don't think it helps enough. So I will go with Scrafty here. It feels a bit awkward. Like, I think that Fini, Venusaur, Zapdos is very solid against the two teams that I'm going to be facing in this episode, but that last slot has always been, well, it looks awkward. Heatran was correct in the first game, but is Scrafty going to be the correct choice this time? We will see. We will see. Just get rid of the Lele as quickly as possible so that Venusaur can win. Hopefully he leads with that. That would be ideal. But no, it's going to be Crobat and Politoed. That's not the lead I expected, but do you reckon that Crobats are going to carry Poisonium now? I have no idea. I would assume that Poisonium takes out my Tapu Fini. This is a weird one. We did see that the Politoed's not Scarfed as well. Should I just straight up Thunderbolt the Crobat? Because he could very easily just be Tailwinding with his own Crobat to match mine. I feel like I want to go into Venusaur here, but if he goes for a flying move, like it should be a poison move if he's got one, but if he's only got a flying move and it goes into Venusaur, then that's awkward. I do want to save Venusaur, so I will make a slightly in-between play and go into Scrafty. And I think I will Thunderbolt Crobat because if Crobat has a flying move, that is one of the things that can threaten my Venusaur. So, because the plan for this game is to get Venusaur to be the win condition. But we'll see. Is he going to go for Tailwind with his Crobat? Because if he does, then we can just match it next turn, and that puts us at a slight advantage. But it is just Tailwind, so I think that Thunderbolt is fine here. This should not knock out the Wackenberry Crobat. But that doesn't give him the free switch into Tapu Lele, which I think I'm okay with. It's going to be Surf. Okay, so this does give him the free switch into Tapu Lele. Very interesting choice there. Because that does knock out the Crobat, but that did quite a lot of damage. Do you reckon that's Specs? That'd be Specs. It's Jellicent. Okay. So that means he's going to be going for Water Spouts now. He's going to be Surfing, and he's going to be Water Spouting. Which means that I need to fake out the Politoed, and I also need to be bulky enough to live a Rain-boosted Water Spout. Because I need to match this Tailwind. Matching the Tailwind is important, but this could be a bit awkward. It could be. If the Water Spout's enough, like, I feel like it might not be Specs on the Politoed, but if it's Specs on the Jellicent, and my damage calculations are off from that Surf, then this could be awkward if the Specs Jellicent is enough. So maybe I did need to go for Tailwind with my Zapdos, because he would have survived with his Crobat, and then it wouldn't threaten too much, but okay, not Specs, so maybe Specs Jellicent, and this could go horribly wrong now. This is absolutely going to be a Water Spout. No, it's going to be a Taunt. Wow. Okay. Interesting. But that means I can stall out his Tailwind quite easily. But now double target into the Zapdos should knock me out. I will go into Tapu Fini here. And I will try and Thunderbolt the Jellicent. No, because he can Surf and Water Absorb all the HP back up. But it's not all of it. It's not all of it. And we've already shown that there's no Whack and Berry on the Jellicent, so even though he would be surfing to restore his HP, it's only a quarter. So I should be doing more than a quarter. Especially because this Surf is going before the Thunderbolt as well, so he's at full HP when I Thunderbolt him, rather than him recovering a bit. But a Water Spout should KO the Zapdos from there, unfortunately. Which it does, okay. That is quite awkward. That taunt was very clutch from him. And it's Life Orb. Okay, so he is weakening his own. He's weakening his own Water Spouts, which I'm okay with. So it is quite, like, you don't really see Life Orb Eruption from Torkoal, because you're supposed to Eruption at full HP, and you're supposed to Water Spout at full HP as well, but... Oh well, like, based on the damage there, like, a Surf and a Water Spout now with slightly less HP might not knock out the Tapu Fini. I will try and Calm Mind. I don't really expect to be able to. I could Protect on the last turn of Tailwind. No, that was the last turn of Tailwind. Okay, so I can just immediately attack. And especially with a Calm Mind, I'll be able to survive the attacks from the Jellicent and the Politoed. But do I Giga Drain the Jellicent or the Politoed? Which one? I'm going to Giga Drain the Jellicent. Okay, so no switch outs. Could be Protect. Could see a Taunt into the Tapu Fini. But leaving both of them in, I'm hoping he hasn't brought Tapu Lele. That would be really nice, but... Okay, so... Oh no, because I didn't click on him, so he did have one more turn of Tailwind. I did think he had, and I was a bit confused, but... Oh yes, no, my Tapu Fini will be KO'd here from the full HP Water Spout because he was going to Surf, so... I should have protected my Fini there. But I am going to recover a lot of HP with my Venusaur here, so I'm content with that. But yeah, definitely should have protected Fini, because yeah, I clicked on the wrong thing. You're supposed to click on your opponent's monsters. Monsters? You don't really call them monsters. They're they're Pokemon. They're pocket monsters, but I think that's probably the first time I've ever called it a monster. But I feel sorry for them now, calling them monsters. But yeah, definitely should have protected Fini there. If I'd have seen that there was one more turn of Tailwind, then I would have protected. But yeah, not the best, but I can Giga Drain KO the Jellicent. I just need to hope that there's no Tapu Fini in the back now. I could go for a knockoff into the Jellicent, but I feel like it's going to be a faster one. Although the Politoed does outspeed the Jellicent, so it's going to be interesting to see there. I'm going to Drain Punch Politoed, and I'm going to Giga Drain Jellicent. So we could go into Tapu Fini here. Maybe I should have Sludge Bombed, but as long as there's no Tapu Fini, I think Venusaur can win. But we'll see, we'll see. So we have already seen that Scrafty can take a Surf, and the Surf should put us into Berry range, and then the Drain Punch will recover quite a lot more HP as well. And hopefully put the Politoed in Giga Drain range. I wouldn't expect it to, but yeah, it's going to put us into Berry range. So now, really, we just need no Tapu Lele. If there is a Tapu Lele, I think I lose, because I didn't preserve my Tapu Fini. But we'll see. Hopefully, it's not. If it's one of the other two, I think Venusaur wins. But if it is Tapu Lele, I think I will lose. It's going to be leftovers. No, eject button. Okay, so is the rain going to end this turn? Because that would be really funny if it does. And I think it does. It is Tapu Lele. So I don't think I win this match now. So, not so good. That taunt was clutch. Like, if he didn't have taunt on his Zapdos, then I think I would have been absolutely fine in that match, because I would have got my Tailwind up, because I had the Fake Out onto the Politoed, but the timings have worked out really well for his Rain and the eject button there. So, now he just has to Psychic into the Venusaur, and he just has to, I guess, Surf again. So my win con is the Tapu Lele being slower than the Venusaur, which is not going to happen. I'm going to try and knock off the Lele. And, like, protecting the Venusaur doesn't help here at all. I guess if he starts to Surf KO himself. So maybe, yeah, I will protect with the Venusaur, in case his only attacking move with Politoed is Surf, but he does just need to Psychic and Water move forever here, and he should win. Politoed protects, okay. That's fair enough, but we should see a Psychic here. Yeah, it had to be. Like, there's no point predicting the protects on the Venusaur. Are we going to see an item? No, so it's going to be Z move, so now he can very safely Psychium Z into the Venusaur. So I'm going to go for a knockoff, and I'm going to go for a double protect. Because he just Psychics my Venusaur forever, and there's no point not protecting now. Helping Hand is definitely going to ensure it. So maybe even if I get this double protect, which I don't, okay, it's just going to still be Psychic. So ideally, he would have been Choice Locked there, because then my Scrafty could have still pulled it back, but no, can't do it now. So I did 3-hit KO that Lele though, which is a shame, because it still could have been a chance otherwise, if I'd have got that double protect. But now we're just going to see a Fairy move, and it will knock out the Scrafty. But yeah, like I did say, my Venusaur would have won if I get rid of the Tapu Lele, but he left it in the back right until the end, so he could take out my Venusaur. So that worked out really well for him. But it was a good play going for the taunt onto the Zapdos. Maybe I needed to match Tailwinds immediately on the first turn, because the Surf would have put the Crobat into Thunderbolt range, as we saw. And the Crobat wouldn't have really threatened too much. So giving him the free switch into the Jellicent was the issue there. But yeah, like, and also if I'd have clicked on his Pokemon, seeing that he still had one turn of Tailwind, then I would have protected my Tapu Fini, stalled out the Tailwinds, and then I'd have been able to Thunderbolt the Jellicent and Calm Mind, because my Zapdos would have been faster. But no, the Zapdos got KO'd, didn't it? Yes, that turn? I feel like it did. No, it didn't. It was already dead, I think. Because then I had Venusaur. Then I Giga Drained the Jellicent. Yes, because I Giga Drained the Jellicent, and then that would have been fine, because I'd have Giga Drained and been able to Calm Mind with my Fini. And then I could have still threatened the Tapu Lele in his own rain as well, because he would have had to Psychic into my Venusaur, but then I'd have been able to get a rain boosted +1 Muddy Water onto his Lele, and I'd have got the accuracy drop. But then he has the Z move anyway, so he would have been fine. But yeah, like that went a bit unfortunate. I think I could have very easily won that match if I'd have made a slightly different plays, but we're going to learn from that. Just leave the Crobat on the field next time, because it may have been threatening things, we don't know, but could have been super fanging and surfing things. I think the point of it was to just sacrifice itself to get the Tailwind for the Jellicents, which worked out for him. But there we go. We're going to moving on to a different team for next week. We've also got Fun Conventionality coming up this weekend, so look forward to that. I still need to build the team around that, but we'll see. We'll see. And please put in the comments of the Believe in Boyt ones. Put in serious Pokemon that you want to see, or serious like cores or whatever you want. But then in the Fun Conventionality videos coming up, put in all the serious, not serious suggestions. Don't put in serious ones. Put the stupid suggestions in there, and I'll consider all of them. Probably pick my favourite, or maybe the most liked if there's actually some significant likes on some Pokemon. But we'll see. And look forward to that. Thanks for watching.